Hello everybody, Phoenix Deer here. So I want to address a couple things before we get started here. Number one, I did try recording an episode one for this series a little bit earlier, which is why I actually have a little house built up. But I went back through the recording and I felt like it was way too just kind of thrown out there and kind of haphazard. So I wanted to kind of try to restart just because I felt like it wasn't up to my quite standard that I wanted to go through. Um, but I guess I should just explain what this is real quick. This is a short little series called Time to Talk. All right. The idea of this series is basically I just get to play a Minecraft and talk about my feelings and whatever, just basically whatever I want to talk about. Because I found that I wasn't really using an outlet that I was really wanting to use for a lot of personal things that were going on in my life. A major outlet that I've been using for a lot of years is music, but I've gone through a little bit of some setbacks music wise. As you guys seen probably in one of the previous videos, if you've watched anything from my channel, you probably have seen that about 5-ish months ago. 4 to 5 months ago, my house actually burned down, which included my studio for my band and stuff like that. So, obviously, a lot of equipment was lost, but more importantly, the actual spot where I had my studio. So, I lost some of the stuff that I used to record music. So, I am like kind of getting back up there, back to where I was. Let's clear out this little island here. I want to try to do like a centerpiece build, maybe just like a Hunger Games like type clock, because this is like a perfect little lagoon right here. I like this. Anyway, but I lost my house and stuff like that, which it wasn't my house. It was a house I was renting, but regardless, I lost a lot of stuff there, and because of that, I haven't been able to really produce music as efficiently. But I am getting some back to where I was a little bit. I got some guitars. I got an amp and stuff set up. So we do have a little bit of a start, but it's gonna take some time and it's gonna take some money too. Um, but anyway, just the reason why I wanted to start this, I just feel like, I haven't had that outlet, and all the stuff that I was trying to do before was just kind of weighing down on me. All of I tried streaming for a short bit, and that just didn't feel right. I tried making a couple gaming videos, and it's just like I feel like I wasn't being funny enough or something like that. Or I mean, there's this lockdown protocol video that I need to work on. It's really funny. It's hilarious, and I just love watching the raw footage over and over again, but it is one monumental task. If you've ever played Lockdown Protocol before, just like those matches take like forever. Like one singular match is like 30 minutes. So I think probably what I'll do is I'll just break that into like not session chunks, but like round chunks. Basically how I edit it is I take a really long piece of footage because I record literally everything. I don't record clips. I just record raw footage, and then I kind of trim out the very 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 boring bits that nobody wants to watch, and then from there I really grab onto the stuff that people will really like and really make a lot more intense, and then I kind of just edit it around that. I add subtitles and stuff. So that's a nice, quick, and easy way to kind of just go through multi-pass editing, and it works pretty well. But when you have like 6 hours of footage, it becomes quite intimidating because now you have to go through those 6 hours just over and over and over again. So breaking it into small like 30-minute chunks is a lot more doable, especially if you're gonna turn out to have like a 50-minute video. So I might turn it into a few more smaller videos just so I can actually. I mean, that'd be a little bit better engagement wise because you know that having like five videos that people can engage with rather than just one really long one. That's actually just a little bit more beneficial to basically everybody. But anyway, I guess I should talk about kind of what inspired me to kind of go down this path real quick. Which we'll just go ahead and get armored up real quick. Um, I really hadn't consumed much in the way of Minecraft throughout the years, but um, look at that little floating island. Um, oh, I should probably get coordinates. I don't want to get lost, you know. Um, I was participating in a Minecraft server with some streamer friends of mine, most notably Weck TV. I'll leave a link to him in the description. But he hosted a Minecraft server that we were playing on, and the whole idea was basically it was supposed to be pretty heavily inspired by Hermitcraft. And I was not really an avid consumer of Hermitcraft, so I was just like, I had heard of it, right? I knew that it was like this SMP for Minecraft. Oh, let's put our coordinates in here real quick. Negative 47 by negative 120. All right. And now the video footage will always have that specific spot, so I'll be able to review the video footage if I ever get lost. By the way, if anybody wants to seed, I don't know if you particularly will. It doesn't seem that great yet, but I mean, only time will tell, right? But anyway, so we were starting up this Minecraft server, and it was supposed to be similar to Hermitcraft, and I was just like, well, you know what? In the spirit of making a Hermitcraft styled server, I might as well go check out some Hermitcraft content. And I started watching it, and go figure, I wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew what I was getting into. I wasn't like it wasn't that I didn't like it or anything like that. I felt like it was kind of unapproachable for me. Like I never gotten deep into that like technical side of Minecraft. And to me, that's a lot of what makes Hermitcraft is, this very technical aspect of Minecraft is these people are insanely good at building and doing redstone. That to me is what Hermitcraft is these incredibly professional players that all just are in the same server together and they have a great time because, they all collectively are very experienced with Minecraft and they all, can make really good content. And I recognize that it is good content. I enjoy it from time to time, but once again, it's just like it feels slightly unapproachable with just how technical it is because I just have never engaged with the technical side of Minecraft. I should probably get these trees. So yeah, I wasn't too excited about it at first, but then I discovered obviously, I knew one of the two creators that I used to watch all the time in Minecraft was part of the server, which is Korean. I loved watching his building videos because it helped me improve my own building styles a little bit. So I started watching his series, his perspectives of the Hermitcraft, and because since I was watching since I was watching his perspective, I got a lot of recommendations of his videos. And I started watching basically everything that he put out. And YouTube recommended me. Number one was the build battle, that's when I started like seeing other characters such as like Skizzleman, Solidarity Gaming, all like big names apparently within Minecraft, but I had like never heard of these people because that just wasn't part of my world, right? And I didn't really, understand who was who at the time. I barely even knew their names. But, you know, I did like their chemistry, so I kept watching the build battle videos, and eventually, a video of the Life series popped up. And immediately I was hooked because, it's this big old twist of normal Minecraft. It's like these very professional gamers playing around these twists in a kind of tweaked hardcore world, which completely changes their playstyles. Like you go from like these very professional gamers that like know exactly what they're doing from the second that they log in. They're like, okay, I have these builds and I'm gonna make, like a coliseum with a accurate 1-to-1 scale of the Roman Empire or something like that. Like these insane builds. And then you come to the Life series, and because everybody's scared about dying and being eliminated from the series early, they play a lot slower, and that gives it a lot more human aspect that I'm used to. So it makes it so much more approachable. Granted, I mean, these guys are still really good at the game, but you know, it's not only that like they're just a lot more approachable in this scenario, but also it's a lot more narratively focused around the personalities of each of the players, less than their building styles and their skill at the game. Which, not to say that Hermitcraft is lacking, but it shows just a different side, which I really like. Anyway, in this series, right, I got introduced to a particular character by the name of B00-100, which, if anybody watching, if anybody was watching this video, who's familiar with old Minecraft and old YouTube, you probably heard me just say that, and you probably cringed to yourself a little bit. Like, that's one of the classic Minecraft guys, apparently. Um, but I didn't know this at all. Granted, he's not like classic. Like, I guess there's the some of the most classic ones. I mean, obviously you have your like your Stampies and your Dan TDMs and stuff like that. But this is a little more on the technical side, But apparently B00 or B-dubs, I'm just gonna refer to him as B-dubs because it's a lot easier. He's in the same mark as like Ethos Lab, Smallish Beans, other people I'd never heard of before. And once again, you guys might think this is sacrilegious, but yeah, I just never really heard of these people before. I just wasn't in that space of YouTube at the time. I mean, hell, this was like mid 2010s. I was too busy watching KBR Speedy with the crew, So it just wasn't really part of my world back then. But nowadays, looking back on it, I wish I kind of was, because this man has become my hyperfixation for like the last like 2 weeks. It's insane. I just love his character so much. He's literally like this real life cartoon character. And he's just so fascinating to watch in video form. God, I feel like a stan right now. It's gross. I feel like I'm a fucking dream stan right now. Ugh. But regardless, like, he is just amazing and is lately one of my biggest inspirations. Which is why I was encouraged to make a series like this, because this is kind of something that he would do. He would just load up a survival Minecraft world and just talk to the camera, talk about his life experiences, talk about what's going on and stuff. And I thought that was just so liberating, This philosophy of don't create something, create anything. I've always had this philosophy when it comes to content creation that I have to like really put a lot of effort into everything. Like I have to do a lot of pre-planning. I have to do a lot of like figuring out how exactly everything is going to go from start to finish. And to be honest, that has merits a lot in a lot of content creation. There are some people that put in literal hours of effort into, what they want to make. One name that comes into particular mind is Ish13C, another Minecraft YouTuber that has been blowing up in the scene. He recently made a video of 1,000 players playing a Minecraft Civilization. It's been considered, they don't even call it a YouTube video, they call it a fucking movie, and it's considered the best video on YouTube ever, basically, at least this year. So it's just like insane to see all these people. But, that level of preparation and planning, as even though it makes like great videos and great content and stuff like that, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. And if you're anything like me, the more time that you spend trying to prepare something and, make it perfect, that's less time that you actually spend making it, if that makes sense. You spend so much time like thinking about how everything is going to go perfectly, and then you just never do it. So I guess I'm just trying to be spontaneous, trying to not really think about things too much, just make a video. Because I need to not create something, I need to create anything. And with that philosophy, it's helping me get past my fears of just thinking that whatever I make is not going to be good enough. Because I always have like an end vision, right? And if I don't meet that vision, then I consider it to have failed. But now there's no vision, so there's nothing I can fail. But yeah, this B00 guy, going back to glazing him, he is just a wonderful individual. All right, I'll just say that. He, from the very little that I've seen of him, he's just a wonderful human being. God, I really don't want this to sound like I'm just like straight up glazing him, but it really is. The reason why I'm so inspired by him is just because this man has been through the ringer, all right? This man has seen some depths of personal tragedy that I would genuinely not wish on just the most terrible people in the world, all right? This man has experienced deep familial loss and tragedy, and I won't get too into it, right? I mean, if you want to learn more, then you can look up his channel and kind of delve into his past. I won't even tell you necessarily where to look because it seems like it's a very personal story to him, and if you want to figure out what it is, then you gotta go searching for it. But this man has dealt with some of the worst personal familial turmoil that could possibly happen to a person. And he managed to come out the other side not only just alive, but like happy and breathing and just like he's not just existing, he is like actually with every meaning of the word alive. Like, he's not just there to pay the bills or something like that. He's not just there to stay alive out of some level of just necessity, right, for his family or whatever. He managed to get past a lot of his own personal turmoils and I would say succeeded at being able to recover from it in every sense of the word, like mentally, physically, and stuff like that. So I tip my hat to him because having that kind of level of trauma, honestly, for a lot of people, can be very hard to come back from. And to come back as strongly as he has is a testament to his will and his desire to just keep going in life. And it is by far the most inspirational story that I have ever heard. So, once again, I'm not trying to glaze, but like, B-Dubs is one hell of a man, alright? I tip my hat to him, as I think that he is probably the strongest and the best human being to have ever existed in this plane. And he is a Minecraft YouTuber. He also has a very supportive wife. His wife is amazing. Like, how often do you have a wife that is just like, you know what? You should quit your job and do YouTube full time because you're fucking awesome at it, alright? Like, that's a pretty fucking cool wife, I gotta say. Granted, his wife didn't really like his real job because it put a lot of stress on him, but I digress, alright? But man, it's really fun to be doing this little project, though, to just talk things through, because I kind of just do this on my own, you know? I don't know if you guys, really do this as like a internal monologue thing. Apparently there's some people that don't have internal monologues, which I think is crazy. But sometimes I'm just sitting around and I'll start chatting to myself, which it to me is very therapeutic in a sense. I don't know about you guys, but as somebody who has a lot of self-doubts, especially coming directly from your brain and your internal monologue and stuff like that, every now and then, people, they'll get a lot, right? It'll get very overwhelming inside of your own head, and it'll get to you. So it's kind of nice to talk to yourself a little bit, vocalize out these like self-deprecating worries, and then once you hear them out loud, you'll realize kind of just like how ridiculous you're being to yourself. Or you'll just actually just be able to vocalize out, certain ideas. Like there's been multiple times where I've kind of just sat there and I'll be like, well, you know what? Maybe I should do this. Maybe this would be a cool idea. But then I kind of say it out loud. I'm like, that's it kind of sounds weird. Like, not like in a bad way, but it's just like, why would I do that? That sounds very complicated. That sounds very difficult. And I kind of saved myself a little bit of time from having to try to figure out the logistics of that. Or sometimes I'll talk things out that I think are ridiculous, and then sometimes I'll just be like, you know what, that sounds like a great idea. Like this idea itself. I kind of just did it with the earlier episode. Like I was kind of just sitting here, and last night I came up with the idea for this video, which today's date is the 23rd of December, so 22nd of December I came up with this idea. And I was just like, well, you know what? Eureka moment. All right. What if I just yap while playing Minecraft? That was basically the whole idea. And at first I was just like, well, that doesn't really make sense. But then I started like typing it out and kind of saying it to myself. And I was just like, well, you know what? The more that I talk about this, the more I'm actually excited about doing this. And, it kind of just got to a point where I was just like, okay, when I get home, I need to do this. I need to like actually try it out, see if it's ridiculous or not. Oh, the tree grew while I was under it. But it kind of was like that a little bit, I went through the first episode, and I got to this point, which I'll include some clips of the first video, but there's multiple reasons why I didn't go with that, the first recording. The main one was because everything was recorded on one track on accident. Technically, it had two different tracks, but I accidentally had my two audio outputs on the same, or the audio inputs on the same track, like both of the tracks. So basically, it was just two tracks of the same exact audio. Worthless. It was annoying. But I got it fixed now, so this video will have, in fact, two separate audio sources, which is nice. But also on top of that, I was scattered for words constantly. I just couldn't think of things to talk about. And in this one, I'm actually yapping way more. It's kind of insane. But, it's coming a lot more natural, which was the intention of having this series. I just want to be able to talk to the camera as naturally as possible. And I think I kind of succeeded on the second try. The first one, I was just so nervous because I thought, well, you know what, this is just gonna fail. And it was a lot more oh, hello, drowned. It was a lot more somber too, because I kind of had a lot more focus on personal tragedies and stuff like that to relate to B-Double a little bit more. God, I really am a simp for this guy. But you know what? It's okay. As long as he doesn't see this video and get scared of how much I'm complimenting him and gassing him up, alright? So just nobody show this video to B-Double. I don't know if anybody that has Connects will watch this video, but if you do, I guess, just don't send it. Anyway, I didn't feel it the first time. I was really not feeling it, and it was to the point to where I was like, well, you know what? Maybe this just isn't a good idea. Maybe I really shouldn't make this. And I was editing it, and I was like, well, you know what? I could see spaces where I could have improved this and how I could have done this better. So I was just like, well, you know what? At this point, I'm just going to re-record it because I still like this idea. I just didn't like how I did it. And I think that's a point of, I can't remember the word, but anyway, I feel like there's a point that could be made to multiple different situations, including you, the audience, of if you try something and you don't like it, maybe it's not necessarily that you don't like that thing, it's maybe you just didn't like how it was done. All right, and that can be applied to basically anything. Like maybe something as simple as food, right? Let's say you hate sushi, right? Or at least you think you do. I bring this up because I too am not really a fan of fish or sushi or whatever. But it's like maybe it's not that you don't like sushi. Maybe it's just the fact that you don't like how it was done when you first tried it. Or maybe you just haven't tried it yet. Maybe you don't know if you don't like sushi because you have this idea that you don't like it. So maybe sometimes all it takes is just trying it once or twice. I mean, you know the phrase, don't knock it till you try it. Mate, you know what? If nothing else, then I hope that that's the good takeaway that you get to get from this video. Is to not knock things till you try it. But yeah, so that's kind of what I just did with this video. It's the first time that I did it, I wasn't too happy with it, but now that I'm redoing it, I'm actually feeling way better about it. Look at that, and we've only gotten half the time of what the first video took. The first video was like an hour, and there's only like one scene that I want to clip from it, which was like insane. I was literally like on one heart inside of a cave mining a whole bunch of iron, and like there was like 30 skeletons, there was like 4 creepers and a bunch of zombies. Oh my god, it was crazy. I was literally fighting for my life in there. Oh my god. We're actually doing pretty good right now. Come on. I just had to say something, huh? Oh, that took... Oh no, oh no. Why is there like 20 million skeletons? What's going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! What's happening? Why? 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 What's happening? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, and there's a fucking baby zombie. Oh. Oh my god. What the hell? That was insane. But regardless, I didn't really get much done, honestly. But you know what? This was supposed to be episode 1 anyway. So, the first episode, I guess, is at episode 0.5. But, you know, I might put in like a quick little time lapse of me building the building. Just for the sake of it. But, yeah. I think we're going to end the video right there. just because it's a nice little place to end. I kind of yapped about the stuff that I wanted to. I will be coming back to this in the future, but I do hope that you guys do let me know if this is a good series that I should really continue, because it'll help suppress the doubts in my head that this is like a terrible idea. um, Once again, I really do like the idea, so I would love to continue with this, even if like people aren't quite feeling it yet. But it will really go a long ways if you guys are just like, yeah, this is a good idea, please keep doing it. So if you do enjoy it, just let me know, and I shall see you all in the next one.